how to heal with the huge amount of unhealed masculine energies. Hello, beautiful ladies. I'm Anna, and I was inspired to do this video because the last few days I was doing like more shorts and they were more directed to the ladies. But what happened is that my short that I did some days ago um, was actually directed to the ladies, but it triggers a lot of unhealed masculine energies. And why this happened is I totally underestimate how quickly we are during the social media. So the most of the people, they're watching a short and then swiping to the next one without looking into the description or what the person actually with this uh, uh, short wanted to share. And I used a short that was created by someone else, so I just used the tone that it was
What do I bring to the table? Excellent question. I am the table.
then I put it in the description how important is that when you heal as a woman your feminine energy, when you step through into your queen's feminine, radiant, loving, compassionate energy, that when a man asks you what do you bring on the table, it's a man who is not a high value man. That means he has not healed his masculine energy. He's not able to hold the space for you as a healed feminine woman who is willing to support him and to walk the path next to each other's, and with your femininity to really nurture his masculine energy. And what happened is that it triggered so much male unhealed energy that they started putting one harassment comment after the other and the next one and the next one. And of course, when we read something like that, even if we know it's not true, because I've been called like I'm never, that's why I'm single and that's why I don't have a child. What's actually none of this is true. um you know um but still, when you read it, somehow triggers you because it's first hit the ego. And I needed some hours to go through the process to release this energy before I do this video, because otherwise this video would have been created out of ego, unhealed male energy, so more my masculine part of me. And it's always good as a woman who feels woman to have the masculine part. But for the message that I wanted to share with you today, it's better to be more into my balance, feminine, nurturing, compassion energy. So stick with me till the end, and it might help you be on the one side, understand better why we get this kind of energy sometimes in our energy field, how to work with this energy, how to see what is still vibrant in us, to let it go, and how to make peace with your feminine energy, with your queen's energy, and to become this high value woman that you are actually in the bottom of yourself, to balance these two energies, and to, if you're not already attracted, to attract this kind of man that has healed his masculine energy, that is willing to hold the space for you as a feminine energy here, and to nurture and really appreciate the gifts that you are bringing into his life. So thank you for being with me here. By the way, it's so hot. I need to grab a little water because I'm sitting outside on the balcony with around 37 degrees. And that's why I have soda with lemon. Don't forget to drink a lot, ladies, if it's also warm, even more. So then we jump directly into the topic of heal, unhealed, masculine, feminine energy. And why do I talk about that? Is because I was this kind of power woman, and I was so proud to be this power woman that is always like helping everybody, supporting everybody, being for everybody there. And what I figured out 3 years ago is that actually I had created an environment where I was the supporter, I was the one holding the space, supporting others. But when a time came that I needed some support or I wanted to ask for help, it happens either the one that I wasn't able to articulate my need because I was scared to not be seen anymore as a strong power woman. Or if I did it, the answer that I get was mostly, "Oh, Annie, you're such a power woman. You can handle this, but my problems," and then I get like the bucket of their problems on my head that me, through my empathic, compassionate way of living my life, felt like obligated to solve these problems. To a time in my life came where I was like, okay, if I feel like that, there is outside in this world also a lot of power women who are also supporting and holding the environment around them, but they don't get this support. And that is how I created a community called Me Possible, so the same name as my channel. And it was a virtual community, mostly from women coming from coaching, mentorship area. And we met every week for a wine and power talk. And we talk about everything. And one of the topic that came very often was also this feminine and masculine energy. And what I realized is that till then, I was in the most of the cases acting out of a masculine energy. And it's not bad to act out of a masculine energy if it's in a balance with your feminine, but I was very, very strong into this masculine energy. And that's why I was trying to solve each and every problems and to hold a space, even for my husband or meanwhile ex-husband, even for my ex-partner. So I was the one, what I realized through my last relationship, that get into the relationship, and after some months, I took more the masculine part. I took more this energy, and what happened is that I somehow kept the B punk punk of my of my partner. And I'm not proud of this, but it was a learning for me that I realized through my last relationship that with my strong masculine energy, I didn't give my partner the possibility, even if he wasn't still there, the possibility or the opportunity to grow to this strong man, high value man, masculine energy that is able to act as a protector for the family, the one to nurture the family, the one to hold a safe space for me as a woman, so I feel more secure and I can open more in my female feminine vibration, And when I started realizing this, I started reading a lot about that, doing different kind of coaching, doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of healing, and I realized that we have somehow turned the world around. What do I mean by this? There was a time where women was completely suppressed, and it was amazing to have this feminine movement, to have this movement for women to have more rights, to get the respect that we deserve as the one who holds the family, who raised the children, who has this beautiful energy. But what's happened is every time when we in the humankind try to change something that we in the most of the cases, we like, instead of bringing a balance between then the masculine and the feminine parts, or between the women and the men's, we mostly shut over the goal and go from the one side to the completely different one. And I think that's why we create an environment where for women to feel worthy, to feel seen, to feel respected and loved, we needed to step into this strong masculine energy and to start doing jobs that men do most. I study computer science, so it used to be completely male dominated area, and digital film and artists. So I know, and I was working with company where the 90% of my colleagues was male in the IT. So I have experience what is this to work in this environment and to try to prove how good you are, what you are. So I thought I have to do this with a strong male energy, with this kind of comparisons, who is better, who is stronger, because I was always the person who wanted to share all my knowledge. But in the male world, you need to keep all you have learned, all you know for yourself, to make yourself unbearable. Otherwise, your male colleague will get the promotion and not you. So totally male domain. I don't know whether you can resonate. If yes, put in the comment a huge yes. I know, Annie, what are you talking about, working in a male dominated environment. So that is how I grew up, how I went through my university, in the through the work, till I, like I said, 2020, at the end of 2020, I created this community. And I was actually the kind of woman who didn't have a lot of woman friends, because I didn't like this kind of talking behind the back and so on. And that is what I thought is a true female energy. And that's just an unhealed female energy, what I learned. So long story short, I started working a lot with myself and seeing how do I act, where do I want to adjust more, what does it mean to be true feminine, because I truly, truly believe when I go more into my feminine energy, it's a weakness that I need to be weak. I cannot create successful business. I cannot be the one who can say what I wanted, in which direction, to be a leader. But what I currently learn is actually the feminine energy has been designed, by design, is the one to lead. And the male energy is the one to create this safe space for it, to be the one to bring to take care of the family, not the family, but to be the provider. Exactly, that is the word I was looking for, to be the provider. And I realized when I was too much in my male energy and was always willing to have like 50-50 with my partner. You pay the half, I pay the other half. We have like everything like 50-50. I even when I was dating, I didn't allow men to pay my bill, because I say I'm a strong woman. I can handle my finances. I can pay for myself. And I thought if I allow a man to pay my bill, that I'm like weak, and I didn't want it to be weak. But what I realized, ladies, and that is, I think, one of the main reasons why women are the most of the in a relationship. There is like a statistic like 80% of the divorces nowadays have been initialized by women, because as a woman you need to have, you need to admire your husband, your partner. You need to have the feeling that he's the one, he can provide for you, he can create a safe space for you. Because when a woman, and that is coming like millions of years back, when we get pregnant, when we take care of our children, we need this kind of man to hold the space. When we wanted to share our vulnerability, because we are in the core of our being, we want to share what we think, what we feel, just to share it and to have somebody to hold this space for us and to say, wow, thank you for sharing, you're amazing, no matter what kind of doubts you have, no matter what happens, thank you for this, and I'm here to hold the space and to tell you how amazing you are. But when we are too much into the masculine energy, that's what happens with me. I was too much in the masculine energy. What I happen is I don't allow my partner to heal his masculine energy, to become really truly the true provider and the one being able to hold the space for me. Because I was always, I don't need anybody to help hold the space for me, I can do it by myself, I'm my own boss, I'm my own savior. I don't need anybody to save. But now, when I learned to, and please do this now with me, take a deep breath in into the belly from through the nose, and feel this calmness and cessation and peace in your body. Feel how you release the tension, and this beautiful, very subtle, very calm state of being. It's your feminine energy. It's the energy being able to hold all the pain in the world and still be nurturing for your environment, still be able to support the people you love. But it's only possible when you truly, deeply integrate this calmness, this female radiant energy, being able to be vulnerable. Because with this video, I'm vulnerable to tell you my story, to share you how I, from my perspective, destroyed my relationships in order to learn what is right for a healthy relationship and what is wrong, and what are my patterns that I have taken through the whole lineage of women. My mother, my grandmother, who was the same, they were the one being the stronger in the family, being the one getting even more payment, providing more than the security for their husband, and being like the one to truly go with career and so on. And don't get me wrong, with female energy you can create a beautiful career, a beautiful businesses, but the energy that you use for this is different. The way how you create it and how you work is different. And sorry, I just take a little like I needed to integrate all this one so you can understand why it's so important to create this radiant female energy. Because if you want to have a healed male energy, masculine energy, if you want to be with a man who has healed his masculine energy, who is not into his ego, who is not into willing what you bring on the table, because a man who asks what you bring on the table is a man who is not in his provider role, is a man who doesn't step truly fully into his masculine energy to say, I'm the power in the family, I'm the one to provide for my male, for my feminine energy, for my wife, for my children, to create the safe space to back there thousands of years, to hunt and to bring it at home, and my wife to take care, to cook and to nurture the family, and the reason why a lot men are in this unhealed energy is partially also our fault, because stepping into this feminist way of thinking and like overshooting the goal instead of going into balance the boat, genders, oh, not genders, it's difficult to use this word, to balance, the man and the woman, we just overshoot it and we went way too much into the male energy, and that is what you see also maybe with some transgender, that going too much man going to the female energy, because it's something we co-created together. I don't want to say, hey, we women are our fault. It's the both, but it's now a time, from my perspective, to start reflecting and healing into creating again this beautiful balanced masculine energy, taking care for the family, providing, being the one to tell the direction. What is a healed masculine energy, for example? Is that to ask you, hey, what do you want to go to eat? Are you hungry? And so on. It's the masculine energy to say, hey, do you prefer like to go to Chinese or Italian restaurant? And you say, I like to prefer Italian. Okay, be ready at 7:30. I have here also put the dress on the bed that I like you to wear, and I'm gonna bring you to an amazing Italian restaurant to have an amazing time, and that is, wow, my laptop is completely wow, wait a second, completely wet because it's so hot. I need to hold it like that. Crazy. Or the one to, when you come and tell him about your day and you're very highly emotional, to be able, instead of engage with your emotion truly deeply and to start, to tell you either you have overreacted or you need to do this and this. What's like a typical male reaction to give you a solution is to hold the space and to say, okay, thank you for sharing this. Do you need a solution from my side, an advice, or you just needed me for you to hold the space to share your experience? And you, as a healed female energy within yourself, dear queen, to feel and to say, no, I don't need now an advice. I just wanted to share with you, or to say, yeah, actually, I'd like to hear what is your point of view. But still we love to hear that we're loved, we're taken care of. And the topic is that the traits of a feminine radiant woman are you cannot measure it as money, as properties, as I don't know, something that a man brings to the table, because it's this, when you're in this female energy, you can hold the space for the both, and you can be the one supporting your husband in his growth, in his business growth, in his growth as a healed masculine energy who truly feel himself and not going into burnout or depression, because he knows he has the wife at home or the female partner at home who is holding the space, and we are taking care of the most precious thing that we can create as a couple, our children. And sometimes that what we create as a couple, it's like a company that can be seen also as a baby. And you, with your healed female energy, feminine energy, you can bring more this empathic, emotional way of leadership. You can help integrate emotional intelligence into the company. You are the one to be the open ear for your employees, for the customer. And a healed masculine energy is the one who goes ahead, who close the deals, who close the sales. Not that you cannot do it. I also love selling. I must admit, I used to hate it, but I now love it because I learned the way how I sell it is not a hard selling, like hard, but it's like a hard selling. It's something that I sell from the bottom of my heart, because I truly believe that if I don't sell this product, this service to the person that need it really, and only if the person need it, that I'm not of service, that I'm like lacking to offer my help and service to this person. But it's completely different energy. What I wanted to share with this video with you is, dear queen, look, when you interact with men, whether you're the one trying to always, no, let me share the bill, no, I can open the door by myself, no, I want to say in which restaurant we go, in which hotel we go. And what happens with this is, when you go into a long-term partnership with a man, and he allows you to step into this energy, you will become with the time very unhappy, because deep in within yourself, that's not the strongest part of vibration from you. And then you first start losing the admiration that you have at the beginning towards your partner. When you meet him, you see that the potential you saw in him is not developing the way you wanted, and it's partially our fault because we don't allow him. One guy told, when I come at home and I'm frustrated from a very difficult day, I don't want my partner, my wife, to tell me, oh honey, poor you, and to start and giving me like this, oh poor way of talk. But instead, I want my wife to tell me, you've been created to overcome exactly this obstacle. Your strong belief and energy, masculine energy, is created to overcome this obstacle, and I am holding your back. I'm there for you where I can support you, but I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that you are meant to overcome this challenge as a king. And believe me, that is what a man need to hear in order to tap into his masculine energy. That is not what a woman need to hear. And sometimes we think what we want to hear is that what we need to give to our partner. But we need to realize that now, with the current consciousness on earth, when you're born in a female body with a feminine energy, it's a different way how we interact in the world than the man, in order to feel worthy, in order to feel successful, in order to feel balance within us and to create this love. And what I realized, where I was acting more from a male masculine perspective, I started observing myself. That was the first step. Observe it. Don't judge it when you see that you are again acting in a masculine energy. If you want to change it, of course, but just observe it and see what triggers the masculine energy, and then decide for you how you'd like to instead act. How do you want to see yourself in this situation? And then start as often as possible to act as the radiant, feminine, heal energy within you. But it's a process. Be compassionate with yourself. Don't judge yourself if you manage at the beginning just one of the 10 times to implement it, because then it's gonna start 2 of the 10 times, and maybe then jump to 5 of the 10 times. It's a process, because when you have been living years for years, dictated from your family, from the environment, from the society, that we need to fight for our place on earth. We need to go and study and to be equal to the male. We are not equal in the way how we perceive the world with the energy we are born. It's gonna develop to an equal energy and completely balanced masculine and feminine. But when you are now in this time born as a woman and feel the feminine energy, we need different things than a man needs, but the feminine energy has been suppressed for over 2000 years. And now it's a time to arise. And when this feminine energy arises, then the masculine energy will start shifting from unhealed, ego-driven masculine energy to a healed masculine energy. But it all starts with you, with me. Don't try to change your partner or to change the man outside. By changing you, you start vibrating on other frequency and you start attracting other men. So if you want to experience a healed masculine energy, start healing your feminine energy. Start tapping more into realizing what is a feminine energy, what are the traits. And do you know that the word empowerment, when you just switch the letters, empowerment is equal to woman temper. So empowerment is that what comes from a true feminine temper. A true empowerment comes from the compassion, empathic, nurturing, non-judgmental, calm, relaxed, balanced feminine energy. Thank you for sharing your precious time with me. I hope it inspires you to tap more into your feminine energy. And if you want to have more of this, don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell so you don't miss a video, and give a thumbs up so this video can go more viral and more women can hear this message, or more men can see what is a female heal energy and a heal masculine energy, and also to start reflecting themselves. And if you have a partner, you might also have want to watch this one. And with all this says, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.